Noel here, and this is lesson 4 on 3D modeling with Blender. In today's video, we'll be going over the Build, Spin, and Smooth tool. Without wasting much time, let's get started! I have switched to screen share mode and we'll be adding a circle. And I'll go into edit mode. As I told you guys earlier, I'll be using the Build, Spin, and Smooth tool. First, I'll use the Spin tool. As you can see here on my screen, there's a blue arch with 2 plus signs on each end. The blue one's the axis. So right now it's on Z. We can change it to Y and X. Right now, I'll just do X. Let's see what happens if I left click and move it. It's spinning from both sides and it makes a ball-like shape. If you want, you could do that. But if you don't like it like that, if you want it from one side, I'll just Command Z it. This is where the cursor becomes important. So I'll go to the cursor tool and move the cursor, let's say here. Then I'll go to my spin tool and on the x-axis. Then let's see what happens. Now it's not spinning on both sides, it's only spinning on one side. Now I'll extrude it, and the shortcut for that is E. If you want a specific axis, type that in. I'll just put it there, and if you want, you can spin it again. Put the cursor like there and spin. Like that. If you want, you can make a water slide. I'll just extrude it for fun. I want it on the Z axis right now, so Z. And I'll spin it one more time. There's a little over there. You can use your imagination, do what you want. Now let's use the Build tool. A Build tool is usually used for building around an object. Now let me delete this object. So A for all, X return. So now I'm gonna add a plane. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Rotate on a 90 degrees. Then I'm gonna go into the Build tool. And as you can see, it's like highlighting an edge. So right now, I'll go to the top edge. See if it's highlighted. If it's highlighted, left click and keep dragging. And I want it on the Z axis, so Z on your keyboard. Now let me pull it up one more time. So left click on the Z axis. Now I want this vertex pulled over here, so I'm going to select this vertex only. Left click, and I want it on the Y axis. So Y. I'll put it there. Now I'll pull it up one more time. So Z. Now I'll pull this out on the Y axis. Now I'm going to pull this vertex out on the Y axis. Now let's see what happens if I use the spin tool on this. So I'll go to my cursor tool and put my cursor right there. Then I'm going to go to the spin tool, but before that I'll go to face select and select these faces. And now I'm going to spin it. Let's see which axis I want it on. So I want it on the Z axis. So I'm going to type it in over here. I want a 360. So 360. Now, what does this look like? Maybe a wine glass? You know what? I'll show you a much easier way to make this rather than using these tools. So first, I'll delete it. So I'm gonna select A and delete it. I'm gonna add a circle. Make sure you're on the vertex select. I'm going to extrude it, and the shortcut is E. And I'm going to do on the Z-axis, just a little bit. I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to scale it. For that, I'm going to click F. That's the shortcut. And as you can see, it's not scaling on, let's say, just a Z or X or Y. It's scaling proportionately. So I'll just put it like right there. Now I'm going to extrude it again. Extrude. And I want it on the Z axis. So I'm going to click Z. There. And I'm going to extrude it one more time on the Z axis. Now I'm going to scale it again. So S. And I'm going to get it wider. And I'm going to extrude it. Z axis. Scale it. Extrude it on the Z axis. And I'm going to scale it again. And I'm going to extrude it again. Z axis. And I'm going to scale it. Now I'm going to extrude it again on the Z axis. I'm going to scale it a bit. That looks more over like a wine glass. Now we can use the bevel edges to make the edges more round, not like so sharp. So let me go to Edge Select. Now if you want, you could just do Shift and Alt to select all of this, but that's too long. So I'm going to use the Option key on your keyboard. Select that. That selects the whole entire row. Shift, Option, and I'm going to do this one. One more, Shift, Option, and here. Now I'm going to right click. And you can see bevel edges right here. So I'm going to bevel it. I'm just adjusting the width. Now I'm going to increase these segments to make it like more round. Now let's see what that looks like in object mode. Oh yeah, that looks more round. Now I'm going to go to edit mode and use the smooth tool to adjust the shape of the glass. And I'm going to click A on the keyboard so that it selects all of it. Now I'm going to click on this little circle and I'm going to adjust it. Now let's see that in object mode. So yeah, that like adjusts the shape a little bit. It doesn't really do much. Now I'm going to right click and go to Shade Auto Smooth to shade it even more. So that's like really smooth. Now you could see like angle over here. And if I increase it, it's more round, smooth. And if I decrease it, it's like less smooth. I think that's it for today. You guys go build something. Bye-bye!